Right now, I'm not just at the Eiffel Tower, but I'm about to see the Olympics in one of the coolest stadiums I've ever seen before. However, things actually didn't restart this way on opening day, so right now I'm just about to go out and watch the opening ceremony, and I just want to catch you up on how weird of a day today was. So, as you know, I'm French, I live in Paris, so today was just a work day like any other for me, or so I thought. I left my home to find Paris fully deserted, no locals around, and the last few people who are still here were actually trying to leave. When I arrived at my co-working space, there was no one, like not a single soul. Seriously, look at how empty everything was today. It was such an eerie vibe that I decided to go out in Montmartre to confirm this, and I saw the streets fully empty. Also, I have to admit that the atmosphere was a bit scary. I woke up to the news of an attack, and walking in the streets, there were just so many cop cars around. Plus, my mom sent me a message to be careful, which definitely adds to the unique vibe of the day. But anyway, since I'm just a normal person and I didn't get an exclusive invitation to the ceremony, or I didn't buy the super expensive tickets, we're gonna go see the ceremony in a fan zone. So they've put fan zones all around Paris, so these are places where you can see the games for free with massive screens and different events. And luckily there's one in Parc Monceau, which is a short walk away from my home, so we're gonna go there. Alright, so park number 1 was a big fail. There was a massive line.
People had been waiting there for like 5 hours.
Yeah, we just arrived like half an hour before the ceremony with our picnic. Not a good idea. Very underprepared.
It honestly feels a little bit hectic here. Like, it feels like there's not many people that live here within the city, but it more so seems like it's been overrun by just people here for the Olympics, which makes sense. Yeah, definitely a different vibe than normal here in Paris.
You know, I felt like nothing was happening today. There was like no one at all in the streets, so I thought it was gonna be empty as well at night, but it wasn't. Everyone was right there trying to see the ceremony at this park, so let's see if we have better luck with the next one. And I don't know about you, but I feel like the streets are super empty, and all the people who stayed, like they're the die-hard fans of the Olympics. Like everyone is trying to watch the Olympics right now, or the people who are not trying to watch the Olympics, they left Paris and they're somewhere else. All right, so second park, also a fail. I don't think we're gonna see the opening ceremony outside. So the line is just even bigger. There's so many people, so many more people than at the other park. Also, there's so much security. There's so many helicopters in the sky. The military is everywhere. So it's a bit of a unique atmosphere, right?
Hectic. Very hectic.
Yeah, let's go back home. And home was truly the best place to watch the ceremony, because right after we made it back, it started pouring and it didn't stop for the whole night. Anyways, now it's day 2, another very rainy day, so it's the perfect moment to do a little recap of the opening ceremony. So I overall found that this ceremony was the perfect mix of majestic and really funny. It was absolutely beautiful, with the opening taking place on boats on the river, and each delegation had a boat with the athletes waving and holding their flags, which was super cool. Then there were a few moments that I actually found a bit funny and different from what you expect in a ceremony, and I really like that because it feels the organizers didn't take themselves too seriously. The first one was when Ayana Kamara, which is the French Cardi B, and the French Army's marching band performed together. It was something I would never have expected to see at the same time, and it was super fun to see that. Then you probably have heard about the naked blue guy. It might have been censored in your country. He looks like this. He's not actually naked. He's wearing some kind of blue Speedo, and he's a famous French comedian and singer. I personally found him very funny. He's obviously representing Dionysus. Anyways, there were also very cute moments, like when a French Olympic champion who is 100 years old participated in the torch relay. This was super cute, and things ended with a Céline Dion concert at the top of the Eiffel Tower. There are actually rumors in my neighborhood that she was staying in the area, so I was kind of expecting her to pop up at some point, and having her sing at the top of the Eiffel Tower was pretty cool. Anyways, now the games have officially started, the flame has been lit, and you can actually see the flame in the Tuileries Gardens, which are right next to the Louvre. And this is what we're gonna do on the next day, where we're starting our day at a local bakery. Right now we're at a normal bakery where there's like usually just like random people from the neighborhood who buy their bread here. And here everyone seems to be from a different country, which I find super cool and exciting. It's a nice sunny day and we're gonna go see the flame. So we're gonna bike all around Paris, see what's up, see if we can do it, because there's so many road closures, so I don't know if we'll actually be able to do so by bike. And after that, we're gonna go to our first game.
Yes, super excited to go to the first game of our Olympic experience here. Yeah, honestly, like around this area, outside of the center, you can't really see like so much of a difference in the lifestyle. Like obviously there's more English speakers, there's more people from different countries, there's less locals because they've gone on vacation. But no, like it's pretty calm.
And if you're coming to Paris and would like to stay in a local area and find the best deals on accommodation, you should check out today's sponsor, Directo. Directo is a free Chrome extension that gets you the best deal on hotels and vacation rentals by booking directly on the company's website. If you're coming to Paris, accommodation can be pretty expensive, and you want to make sure you're getting the best prices. Directo makes finding the best deals super easy. Just browse on your computer like you usually would on websites like Airbnb, VRBO, or Booking.com. And when you see the Directo logo, it means there's a better deal if you book directly. Just click on it to go to the property's website and you'll be able to book your accommodation there. To get it, just look for Directo extension on Google or click my link in the description below and install Directo. Directo is absolutely free and they already have over 120,000 users and they're growing super fast, so I recommend you try them. Seriously, just do it now and let's go see the flame. Right now we're biking there, so we're biking all the way down to where the flame is. And one thing there has been a lot of talk about, but that we haven't seen at all, is apparently Paris is like pretty blocked with all the security measures. We do not see that at all in our neighborhood because, well, we live in a local area, so there's just a few more police cars, but that's all. And we're gonna see if it's still easy to just move around or if things are super crazy and complicated as, you know, people were expecting before. So as I was telling you the other day, the opening ceremony was on the river, and most of the things that are within Paris are around the river. So the flame is right next to the Louvre. The stadium we're going to after is right by the Eiffel Tower. The other one we're going to as well is on the other side. So things are reconcentrated in areas that are already not very local, but a bit touristy. So that's why it is not impacting us at all as locals. All right, so far it has been a really quiet bike ride. There's no one on the streets, no cars. It's like a normal Sunday in summer for France, but now we're gonna arrive to the area where things are happening. So at the end of the street right now you can see Le Louvre. So this is one of the entrance wall of Le Louvre, and this is where we're going. Oh, over there I think we can start to see it. Oh my god, it is packed. I don't know if I'm just not used to seeing people because we live in a local area or it is really packed, but there are so many people. So things do feel a bit different here right now.
It's like a parade or something like that. There's so many people everywhere.
It does feel we are in a historical event right now. And you know, here as well, it's just like at the bakery, there's people from every country. That's the thing I really like about the games, how it brings people from all over the world together just to see the big balloon flame that we have in front of us. What's funny here is like they made it super accessible to the public, so this is exactly where the people were running with the torches like 2 days ago.
Yeah, it's quite cool seeing the flame for the first time.
I love that Bobby's super tall, so we can easily get to the front row. Thank you, Bobby. So just like with everything here in Paris, there's so much security. You can only see it from a distance unless you get specific ticket to see it up close, and you go through some kind of big security line like the one they have at airports. So it does feel they're really taking security to heart right here. After we saw the flame, we just biked all across Paris, and then things started getting pretty crazy. It was really hard knowing where to bike. All the city is transformed into a massive bike/walking path with a lot of different specific accesses for like all the official cars, I think. We had to ask the volunteers and also the police who were there to help everyone navigate the city.
No, it's such a cool atmosphere though, because when we were biking we saw multiple stadiums, and hearing people cheer throughout the stadiums, it's such a unique energy.
Yeah,
right
that
now.
was so exciting, especially when we arrived to the one at Concorde, which is like the one where the skateboard is.
Yeah.
That we also saw a while back under construction. Things are so much cooler, you know, like things have really come to life with that.
Completely, yeah. It's not as crazy as I thought it was going to be. Like, I think the city's doing a really, really good job with having the Olympics stay sort of in this area.
Yeah, I do love how things are contained to the actual center, which would be crazy in any case. But in normal times. Right now it's just like everyone is going to the Olympics, so if you were hoping to just have a quiet Paris trip, obviously that's not the right time for you.
Yeah.
Things feel super lively, super cool. People are like randomly cheering in the street, and I don't know, I really love that atmosphere.
And look at this background, this is insane.
Yeah.
And the stadium's right there. That's so wild.
After all that biking, we found a place to park, and then we had to go through different lines of security. So one thing that I do feel is really cool about this event is I feel super safe because the police is everywhere. There's checks everywhere. And, you know, it really feels like they have things under control. And you can see that when you enter, you do have a lot of security. You have people checking your bags individually. It looks like, you know, you're going to the airport, you have to take all your stuff as well.
Experience has been very efficient. Typically at sporting events, like whether that's, I mean, I've never been to the Olympics, but like at like a football game, there's so many security checks, and this feels even more efficient than that. So, I mean, we're at the Eiffel Tower right now.
This is so
it's
cool.
like,
This is, you know, let me show you. This is like our actual background.
Looks like a green screen.
Yeah, but
and over there is the stadium.
Yeah, this is where we're going right now. We'll be there in a bit. And this stadium was truly the coolest I've ever been to. It's so beautiful, it looks like it's fake, but I promise you these are the shots I shot on my phone, so it was even cooler in real life. We had surprisingly good seats, even though we had bought the cheapest tickets, and we could see the game really well. So as you probably guessed, we're here for beach volley, and our first game is Lithuania against the Netherlands. And it was such a fun game, the players were truly incredible, the atmosphere was so positive with people cheering for both teams, which is something I really love.
It's the coolest stadium I've ever been to, and I've been to a lot of sports stadiums. No, it's amazing. It's so cool.
I haven't been to a lot of sports events, but this one is pretty cool. Also, the atmosphere is so nice. People are so sweet and like supporting all the teams as well. The second game was Egypt against Brazil, and Brazil is supposed to be one of the best teams out there, and they had a lot of supporters dancing and singing in the stands, which was so fun. We then saw Canada against Czech Republic, which was a super suspenseful game and marked the end of our first Olympic weekend and of this video. And if you're still here, you might like one of these videos that appear on screen. I'll see you there.